Hello, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's good. I finally hit gold this week.
Yo, let's
Um,
go.
I started silver 1 at our first session, and now I'm gold 1. So
That's
that's been
awesome.
very exciting. Very exciting. It was quite a grind with ups and downs, but I made it.
Makes
and
sense.
and yeah, everything's good. I've been playing a lot more Samus.
I can see.
I was very inspired by Plup's run.
Oh my god, he
um,
was so he did so many good things. Like
yeah,
crazy run. I can't believe he could have actually beaten like two of the literal like the well he did beat the literal best Sheik in the world. But yeah, he could have beaten like another top four-ish Sheik. Like
yeah.
Spark and Crudo are what like probably fourth and third or something like that right now. Like absolutely bonkers that he almost did that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I was pretty inspired. And yeah, I enjoyed watching Supernova. It was cool. That was a good one.
Such an entertaining tournament. One of the things that I really like hate about majors sometimes is when you have a top player drop out and then like the conversation just becomes about like, oh, who inherited the good bracket, right? And like technically Junebug did, but at the same time, like so did Joshman. So did like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's like
yeah,
you
yeah,
still have like so did Axe. Like you still have very strong players on that in that quadrant. And June like I amazing, insane, absolutely insane.
yeah. It was pretty cool. It was very hype.
So, with that in mind, what are your thoughts on what you want to do today? Did you come in with a plan, or do you want to kind of make it up as we go, or like where are you at right now?
Well, so kind of my goal in general going into coaching like a month or whatever ago was to climb a bit in ranked and get to a place like like gold, and my long term my goal was plat, so I still want to keep climbing, but I think it would be cool maybe to just play a little bit and then see if there's like recurring bad habits. I've been practicing all the stuff we've been going over, and I think something that I don't quite have a, I guess, cool game plan for
Mm-hmm.
is because I have been dual maining the Falco and the Samus. Like I've been playing Falco in some matchups. It's actually for me. I think it's been more stage specific than it's been matchup specific.
That's fine.
But I don't. I guess I kind of want to create a game plan for matchups and stages that will inform my character decisions a little bit,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
So basically, we need
Um,
we need a selection process, basically.
yeah, something. Yeah, like because I don't always. I'm not always like confident when we're picking like striking like after game 1 or game 2, win or lose either way. Like I'm like I don't know necessarily where I should go or what I should like, who I should like, what would benefit me the most to pick. I just kind of go just purely based off of like a soul read, like I think I'll do better with Falco against this Puff, or like I think I should play Samus against this Fox or something. Like I don't really have a way to map that out logically. I just kind of go based on feel.
Hmm.
And it's not been working because I've clearly been climbing, but I I kind of want to just like have a little more logic to it, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Sure. So
Um,
so
yeah,
I have a question for that because it's
sure.
it's one that I think is important to answer. So we both kind of we're both aware that like Falco is a much stronger character than Samus. I don't think that
Of
Samus is
course.
bad, but like
Yeah,
Falco's a top tier. So
right.
how much logic are we looking to apply here in the sense, and I ask that more from the perspective of like, are we doing it like, is it strictly because if we just go by like who does better versus like a given character, that's typically going to be Falco.
Right.
But since you were dual maining and it seems like Samus is a character you just really really love and enjoy, totally fine. I think, does it necessarily make sense to like, I feel like we're going to have some leniency in the logic, in the logic side of this, or
Yeah.
accommodation of your enjoyment, I guess.
I think that's what I'm thinking about more. I'm like the way that I I think back to like Mewtwo King, how like how he would alternate between 3+ characters,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't necessarily think it's I feel like it was just the way. I mean, obviously I'm not that level, but like I think that probably it has to do with just how he likes to see the game, like or how he likes to play the game with each character, and I sort of resonate with that. Like, I realize that Falco is definitely just better in most matchups than Samus, but I also think that for me specifically, I don't really love spacey dittos. Like, playing Falco, 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 Fox for me has caused me more stress than it has not. And even when I win, like it's something that I feel like I need to be able to slow the game down. I need to be able to have. I feel like I enjoy the game and do best when I can control kind of the pace of the game. And if I'm playing a Falco Ditto, I feel like it's a lot harder for me to do that. Or if I'm playing against Fox, it's hard. If I'm playing against a character like that, it's harder for me
Okay.
to do that. Maybe we should just explore how to control the pace of the game with Falco. But I just feel like with Samus, I have a larger macro understanding of what's going on than with Falco, because a lot of my Falco knowledge has just been like, okay, game plan, like trying to get them off stage, or like controlling their movement with lasers, or comboing Shine into whatever XYZ. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
with Samus, I'm more like, I'm playing the long game. Like I'm gonna play a matchup, like, even though obviously on paper like Falco Puff is much better than Samus Puff, I still prefer playing Samus against Puff, because I feel like I feel like I feel like I'm not as like fearful or tilted going into that matchup playing Samus, because I'm like, I can just move around a bunch and go for pokes with projectile. Like, I have more to do than get antsy when I'm being camped by a Puff with Samus than I do with Falco.
Okay.
And that like brings me comfort, I guess.
Sure. So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So let's actually. I want to. Well. So when you're using your projectiles with Falco or Samus, what are like? How do you kind of conceptualize what they do? Like, what is the goal? What is the role of a projectile?
Um I with Samus, I feel like it's zoning. Like, I feel like when I like if I'm doing double missiles, double like missile spam, going platform missiles, like I'm basically limiting their movement, or forcing like an execution test of like making them have to nair through them with whatever hitboxes, or I'm just like limiting their movement options. I guess that's with both of them, but Samus, I feel like it's more like zoning, because if I get a missile to hit, it has a much higher payoff percent-wise for me in my head. Maybe that's not true, but Falco, I think I'm trying to slow them down so that I can get close to them safely.
And what do you do when you're close to them?
I could start my punish game with Shine, or down tilt, or up tilt, or anything that combos.
Let me show you something. So I was having a conversation with KJH the other day, and we were talking about Falco's laser. And we were talking about how to conceptualize what it does. And one of the things that he pointed out that I've never really thought of before is he said it's like attacks on the opponent's moves. Because like when a laser connects on someone, like we'll just have her do nothing actually on this one. No, actually this will be fine. So forward tilt. Where's forward tilt? Info display, player 2, damage. So then if we take a look at this, we can see that there's like, these are things you've probably seen before, but there's like a certain amount of hit lag, a certain amount of hit stun that is inflicted upon the opponent. And upon it, and once it finishes running through, like, we're actionable far sooner than this. Like, we were actionable probably, we would have been actionable like 5-ish frames ago. No, 6-ish frames ago. Then she's like... Mm-hmm.
So are you saying after the tilt, or after the laser?
After the laser.
Gotcha, okay.
So, like, we're plus... Wait, like, if you take a look at... here, let me get out of frame advance so we can go back here. Oh, wait. So, I'm holding shield right now. Oh, wait, no, I don't normally use frame advance with this button. Let me change that real quickly. There we go. So, if I shield here, you'll see that it comes out. Like, we are at least +6, +7 after hitting this laser. This means, so the way that what he was explaining is, at certain ranges, like right outside Sheik's forward tilt, for example, we are not positive enough to, like, hit her directly, after the laser, but we will stuff her forward tilt if we aerial at her immediately after the laser. Because our nair and down air hit on 9 and 10 after we factor in the jump squat. So if we're +7-ish, you know, and her forward tilt starts low to the ground, this is a way that we can actually, like, get the jump on her. This will also interrupt other things too. So, like, this isn't the only thing that she might potentially do in this position, after she's, like, hit on the ground. Like, she also, what's another thing she might do, that she might go for? Nair?
When she's hit on the ground?
Yeah, like nair maybe? Like, or like jump, or like jumping? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But, like, if I do this, we still get her.
Okay.
So, like, we have enough time between the two of these for like, if she tries to, like, do an offensive option in between the laser and the immediate nair, we just snag her. Now, there are risks to this, because she can still technically shield. Like, if I have her shield as her, like, on hit option. See what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So she still has counterplay, but her two most active options after take laser, we can totally hit them. Like, we can totally attack, like, laser into, like, aerial attack works. So the way that he kind of said it was, it's like attacks that we're applying to their next move. So we're, like, kind of effectively making their next move come out 7 frames-ish later. And it depends a little bit. Like, there's a touch of variability with, like, with the laser staleness, because fresh lasers do a little more.
Do they do more knockback as well, or is it just %?
It's kind of like, it's 1 extra frame of hit lag, I believe.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, like 3 and, like, 2 point whatever it is, which is what a staled laser would do. That's a break point. Like, going from 3 to anything less than 3 is a break point for the for the hit lag formula.
I see.
So
interesting.
It'll be 11 frames if it'll be 11 frames of laser stun against 4 frames of auto cancel lag, which is why we get to +7. But then if it's a fresh laser, like if it's the first laser you fired on the stock, it'll actually be +8.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So, like, as you can see, like, but this is where, like, mix-ups and stuff can be really good, because, like, if we know that she's gonna, like, shield, like, now we have a way in. Like, if she sees us doing this, then... But this is also, like, a way that you can kind of, like, structure your pressure around these goals, because then, like, maybe we cross up more on that nair, you know? Like, I find that Mango does this really, really well. Particularly the cross-up side versus characters like Sheik, who have, like, fast out-of-shield options, are incentivized to go for take laser shield.
For sure.
You can actually even catch Fox out of his full hop if you're fast enough, or at, like, at specific ranges, which is also pretty cool. Like, here, let's put him on to... We'll turn Smash the Guy off, just for simplicity. And ground. Like, let's turn him onto full hop. So... Right. It helps if I hit the dash. See what I mean?
Oh, wow, yeah.
So we have a lot more stun off of the laser. So all I'm getting at is we have a lot more stun off the laser than we might think.
Right.
So you're saying that controlling the pace of the game is very important. What I would ask is, can you see how this might help you do that? Because I think one of the... I can see some ways from my end, but, like, you know, what are your thoughts?
I think my self-realization is that I'm not accountable enough for my lasers when I'm Falco. I don't think about each one and what it does enough. I'm thinking too much about lasers, like macro in general, as a tool, rather than this laser, like the next laser, or I need to think more about, like, what laser hits at what range, as opposed to just laser in general as a concept. And I think because Samus, I don't know, because I have more hours on Samus, and because I've been playing Samus, and probably also because her projectiles are much slower. I'm generally more accountable for them, but I need to apply that mentality to Falco lasers as well. I think that's what I'm gathering from this.
Yeah, one thing I would also kind of suggest that I find helps a lot, Falco lasers are they're more of a poke than anything.
Right.
Like, if you think it, like, I view Falco Laser as, like, a poke that just, like, that has all these, like, additional benefits.
Yeah.
And I think, but, like, as a long-range tool, but really at the end, like, it's an infinite range poke, which I guess it by definition could be a projectile, but, like, the fact that it functions more like a jab on hit, I think that helps us kind of, like, understand what the laser is actually doing for us. Because yeah, if you compare it to, like, say, a lot of other projectile, like, it doesn't really have a lot of, it doesn't have many parallels with a lot of other projectiles in the game, because with the other projectiles, you're usually better at, like, there's a way to align, because of the Smash's movement options, there's a way to, like, align yourself so you're hitting at the same time that the projectile is, but Falco's laser really doesn't allow you to do that a lot of the time, unless you're already, like, advancing with it. So I just view it as, like a poking aerial, really. And I think that might help you.
Yeah, that definitely helps. Yeah. Honestly, like, figuring out ways to compare and contrast the two characters, actually, I think helps me play both of them better. Which I also noticed, like, since I was hard focusing Falco for like a month, even though I used to be a Samus main, I feel like my Samus got a lot better, which is why I found it easier in the last few weeks to climb than I did initially, because I was able to kind of, like, understand, or, like, see, I was able to understand my hitboxes better and kind of, like, predict DI and things like that I wasn't doing before.
That's amazing. Yeah, like, I think identifying where the differences are between characters is really, like, one of the big ways that we get more skill. Because it's, like, it's the difference between, like, some top player who's, just picked up, like, a character, like, a week ago, and they're just using their fundies, versus somebody who really, like, who has those fundie skills, but, like, also knows the characters, like, ins and outs.
Yeah, right.
So with that in mind, I think we need some footage. So let's get some games going on ranked or unranked, whatever you're feeling. I'm thinking we split the time roughly down the middle between the two characters. How does that sound to you?
That sounds good to me. Yeah, I something that did come up in my head, which I don't want to drive you crazy as a coach, but I also think that for doubles, I was playing doubles with some of my friends the other day, and I was like, I wasn't really feeling either of these characters for doubles, but I know that's a totally different game. But anyway.
Oh, what was going on? What was going on there?
I feel like I wasn't. I don't know. Like, I didn't know. I guess I just didn't know what to do with Falco or Samus in doubles, because I was like, my projectiles are just, like, such a hindrance on my teammate sometimes, and I feel like with Samus I did better, because I was like, I can just be like a stock tank and just kind of, like, live really long and hold on to stocks for my teammate. But with Falco, I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing doubles wise.
Falco is more of a supporter in my understanding is Falco is more of a supporter in teams. So, like, a lot of what he does is, like, Mango and Plup from SmashCon are actually a really good example of that. Like, the way that Mango,
that's true, yeah.
Yeah, like, Mango really just, like, he passes to Plup a lot, he rescues him with lasers or gives him additional chances to recover, disrupts the edge guard. Like, a lot of what he does is, like, managing, like, the little interactions around the periphery while Plup plays point. So I think that's probably a good general starting point. But yeah, like, sure. I would say that Falco is, if you're teaming with Puff, Samus is, like traditionally the characters that Samus does well with are the ones who, like, take advantage, who can handle a 2v1 basically. So usually it's, like, Puff and, like, Fox traditionally, I think, that she wants, because those are the two, like, Fox can just fight Fox can fight God, but and then Jigglypuff doesn't have to deal with any of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I see you've shared my
the game.
I am just loading it now. My bad. I did not realize.
No worries.
Yep, I can see it. Nice. I feel like we grabbed edge really early there. I would have just shot some missiles at him.
Okay.
Just done something, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I noticed how much Plup uses homing missiles to edgeguard. Also, I was watching Morse Code versus Cody, and he uses so many homing missiles, like, and it's really tricky, like mixing up the smash missiles versus the homing missiles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I'm trying to incorporate more homing missiles in general into my play.
I would just, like, oh, okay, got it. So when you go up there, I would stick to being sideways with Fox. We don't want to have to go above Fox if we don't have to.
I see, yeah.
Like, back here is so good.
Oh, the platform.
Nice. I see you attempted a shield drop there on the wall.
Yeah, that's cataclysmic when that happens. I was trying to nair.
I think the nair was would have been a good play. Nice. When you're on that side platform, don't be afraid to just like down air if you're already in the air, or down smash if you're on the platform to cover a bunch of tech options.
Okay.
Little too close. Or you could grab the edge. Nice. So goal, I would say, for edge guarding, if he's above the stage, shoot missiles and stay on stage until he's low. And then if he's below the stage line, then like where the ledge would be, if you drew it across both ledges, a straight line across both ledges, then you grab the edge.
Okay. Yeah, you talked about that last time. That was something I wanted to ask about on the notes. I guess I'll wait till after this game. But so if the line you're talking about, you described as like ledge hop nair range. Sorry, it's hard to like. I'm trying to like play and talk at the same time.
Yeah, it's all good.
That line you were talking about, are you talking about the top of the nair height or the top of like the ledge height?
Top of the ledge.
Like, okay, I see.
Basically, can their up B go down and forward?
Got you.
Mm-hmm. Just slightly off. Nice.
What?
Oh, that was so ambiguous. That was good by the Falco.
Yeah,
But
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, he was like right in the middle of like his character was like right in between like the stage, like right centered on it, on like the ledge line. That was interesting.
I see.
What game was that?
What game?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the second game. Second game.
Okay. Is this ranked or unranked?
This is unranked.
Okay, cool. I thought this was ranked for a second.
Oh, I can keep ranked. Yeah, I have a lot. It's hard to find matches on like Monday on ranked. It takes me a long time to queue. So.
No, that's fine. I thought it was ranked, so I was like, "What game was that?" As in, what game in the set is that?
I see. Oh, I see. Okay.
That's what I was asking.
No. Yeah, no. It was a different person. The first person left. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, no. I feel like I had like cognitive overload that game. I was like trying to apply all these ideas.
Yeah,
so it was harder for me to be in flow state, but yeah.
Fair enough. So like let's simplify this. So really what I'm saying is that like if the opponent is like recovering in a way where they're going to like if the opponent is going to recover in a way based on how they're moving that where they're going to be above like the where the line that goes across the two ledges of the stage, then we want to do the edge guarding from the stage a lot of the time, like because we cover more options, especially with Samus from that position, because we can missile high recoveries and then cover the ledge with Samus, which occupies the two main paths. Once the opponent, and that might involve going on the ledge after we've done the high recovery coverage. Like, that might still be something we do. Like, I'm not saying that we don't do that ever, but, like, we want to make sure that we have the coverage for the high recoveries, too, especially if we have the time to do it.
Right.
On lower recoveries, i.e. anything below this, like, with the line that goes across the two edges of the stage, we want, on those ones, we can kind of do either or, but it is generally better to do it from the edge, because then we occupy one of the like main end positions of a low recovery, which is grabbing the edge, and we also get to do our stuff with invincibility, so there's like also a perk involved.
Right. Okay.
Now sometimes, because of the nature of how we hit them off, we won't be able to get there in time, and that happens, but like it's like it's a nice to have if we can do it. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, so what I'm getting is if they're recovering high, it's better to stay on the stage and shoot missiles or figure out a way to edgeguard from the stage. If they're recovering low, then try to grab the stage, but if not possible, then
we take what's possible.
Okay, is that what the general message is?
Yeah, and obviously, the characters and situations will vary, so like go with your use your best judgment, but like that's the rule of thumb.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's queue.
Queuing.
I will say your Samus looks stronger. The way that you're moving stuff and hitting people like looks more confident, even with the overload.
Cool. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm. I like all the hard hits you're doing on edge guards and stuff. Like it's all like we used to go for a lot of gentle things, and now we're just like it's like no, we're just hitting them, they're dead.
That was definitely a big thing. I was like, I need to homing missile more, and I also need to not use as many fluffy moves.
Mm-hmm. Fluffy moves, I love that. I'm gonna start describing them like that.
Oh, I got tripped up.
I think you could have covered that with jab 1-2.
Ah, okay. I was late on that missile. Oh.
You always want to, with those tech chases, you always want to down smash the side the fox is on first.
Gotcha.
Because then it'll catch the roll inwards, like the roll to the other side with the backswing. So it hits where he is with the strong hit, and then like hits where he might go with the weak hit.
So if he falls behind me, I should turn around down smash?
Yep.
Is that what you're saying? Got you. I like that. Okay.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, yeah, totally.
See, like, if we had done it, you see...
Yeah. Oh, I tried to AI. Missed it.
No worries. So with edge guarding, biggest thing, let's just try to like go act ASAP with like the missiles. Like shoot a homing missile, shooting like power missile, whatever we're gonna be doing with the missiles, we go right away. And then we just do like everything else with confidence, because we can't hesitate like this much. Okay. Good idea. Like, I like that you didn't hesitate. I just think that up tilt was too slow of a move for what he did. No, for that particular spot. And for what he did. So maybe what can we do instead of up tilt?
Forward smash. Maybe like forward smash.
Forward smash is very, very similar in speed to up tilt. Let's look for something think faster.
Oh, okay, okay. Like
forward tilt.
Forward tilt, nair.
Yeah. God, you almost like you almost deleted this man. He's so lucky that that jab reset put him on the edge. No! Oh. Down tilt, not up tilt. Because, like, you're so good. You go for up tilt, so slow compared to, like, your other stuff. Like, it's good because it's safe on shield, but, like, yeah, he's not always shielding.
Sometimes I try to forward tilt and it comes out as a dash attack, and I'm like, ah.
Oh, down and do down and forward.
Down and forward.
Or up and forward, yeah.
Oh, I see. So like use a diagonal.
Yeah, angled forward tilt, like because your forward tilt angles are your angled forward tilts are good anyway.
Right. Okay.
Oh, when he missed next to you, I would have just nared him. Ah, so would that be an example?
Yeah.
Okay, after this game, I'm gonna show you something. Because there's an image that might help you with this. Where did I put it? Great fair down tilt. Turnaround F smash for the finisher would have gotten him. The bear was a good idea. The bear was a cool idea, though. I think if he was like a little higher, that would have been really good.
Yeah, I got him with it last stock, so I was like, maybe it'll work again. But I think he was too low percentage.
Yeah.
Oh,
He got us. Just quickly in Discord, I sent you a picture. This is like kind of the input ranges for different stuff. No, for different stuff.
input range. Okay, let me pull up Discord. Oh, cool. Okay.
So like this might tell you why like some of these are becoming other things, or like give you a bit of an I don't, yeah, like it might give you a bit of a clue as to like what's going on.
Well,
So this would be during wait. So like we just completed a wave dash, we're now standing still, or we just like spawned in the game and landed. Like this is kind of what the options are, because it'll vary. Like if we're already walking, or if we're holding an input. Like if you're holding forward and walking across the stage, we'll forward tilt. We know that. But like, yeah, this is if you just entered route. If you're in wait, no movement, no input on the stick, kind of thing.
Got you. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Awesome. Yeah. So are you think one more, like a game or two more with Samus, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then I'll pivot to the bird.
Nice.
I have been like, when I'm not like hard focus, when I'm kind of just playing to wind down, I've been enjoying playing a lot of Sheik too.
Oh, Sheik is so sick for winding down.
So fun. Yeah, like it's been a lot of fun. I had this like crisis. I was like Fox, Marth, Sheik, like Peach. I was like playing a lot of all of those characters, and I think like Sheik seems the one that I would maybe want to play the most. But yeah, the top tiers.
I mean, the top tiers are fun. I like, you know what? I played a top tier for a very long time, and I somehow managed to get back on one. So like, it's just they have a way of sucking you in.
Yeah.
Nice. I was gonna say like, yeah, this guy, he's very swingy so far.
Yeah, I do find that like unranked is just like really everybody's really aggressive because there's no stakes.
Those are some very good missiles. I really liked like the coverage into his side B spot, like to just hit him out of for doing that. Like
I did it again. Just trying to forward tilt.
It's okay. Think about the just think about the diagram and like what that means, and then like, yeah, we're probably just holding the stick too far forward. One piece of recovery tech that might help you is like when you grapple, being able to wall jump after it.
I was literally trying to do that.
Gotcha. Okay, so you know about it. It's just we don't have like the execution down. Okay, fair enough. Good.
I also don't know why, but I'm like so nervous. I'm definitely like I think it's because I feel like I got a lot better this time, and I'm like, oh, I want to like show all the stuff that
I already know you got better. You like look better. Like you're not.
I should.
Whatever nerves you have, the structural improvements in your play, like the fact that you're taking better hits and doing more with the hits you got, and your like neutral is cleaner, all of those things are like making a big difference. Like, I can tell that you are stronger. So don't worry, like it's all good. Pretend it's tournament.
Speaking of which, I think my like 1 year goal is to like start attending nightclubs again.
Nice.
Cause what's been cool is I feel I've already like matched with some people on ranked that like used to like destroy me in bracket, and I've brought it back. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, if I go back to nightclub, maybe I won't just get 0-2'd every time.
I think one of the best things that places like Club have done is like I really like when they have amateur bracket, like Amis.
Yeah, those I've done better in.
I kind of think with like the skill to gradations in Melee, it makes a lot of sense to do more stuff like... I really like tournaments like Only Noobs and Arcadians and stuff, which are kind of like... I think that Chicago has like a Gold and Silver League kind of like dynamic, like vibe, or like middle bracket or whatever. I really like when we like do like leagues in addition to like opens, because I think that with Melee skill tiers being what they are and how valuable it is to practice against people like around your level, yeah, I think that that kind of structure is just really a good thing.
Oh, I should have gone down throw there.
That's okay. We'll do it next time. We'll know for next time.
Oh.
Intimidation tactics. Nice. When you're coming down from him, try to use your air dodge or something to like pass through his sword and get to the ground.
I feel like something I do too much against Marth is I retreat above him, and that's like not a good spot to be in with Samus.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you're better up close than he is, because your moves are powerful and his are not. So if we're up close and it's just about single hits anyway, you're favored in that.
Right.
A lot of times it's safer to go to Marth than it is to go away from him.
Tin Man's Revenge. Should I switch to Falco?
Yeah, with our last 13, let's move on to Falco.
Playing against the same person.
Nice defense. Like, the way you held your jump there was really good. And I saw that you just used the aggression thing that we talked about, too. Like the laser into Nair. Also well done.
Yeah. I notice it catches Marth a lot, like, when he's, like, trying to, like, short hop bait you.
Yep. But that can happen because aerials,
Yeah.
like aerials usually hit around the character and they hit quickly. So like a lot of times if they're if the laser hits in the air, we often want to bait them, unless we're at a good angle. If they're on the ground, then we can usually just go in if we're close enough. Might have to do like a slightly shorter jump depending on our spacing, but you know what? Like we can figure. That's all just micro game stuff. That's just like figuring it out. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, micro spacing.
Yeah, take laser fair is good because Marth fair hits above him, and like, yeah, like we're plus 2-ish if we go in right away with like dash short up nair, but like Marth fair hits on 4, so it's like it's very tight. So a lot of times if we're not perfectly like set up for it, it's better to just like bait so that we can like deal with the fair after. Like we can deal with the end lag on fair. If he's on the ground though, then it's whatever. Do you know how to Marth kill her?
Is that when you like light shield and you tilt like away from the stage?
Yep. Yep, that's exactly it. Nice. Biggest thing here that I see, we need more up tilts and shines and combos. Like a lot of times we're ending like sooner than we need to.
Okay.
Up air and combo is also really fun. I think that you'd like up air. Like shine into up air kind of thing. Or up tilt up air.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
So all
Magi's so good at all those up airs, like was watching all her gameplay, like she can like extend her combos astronomically with all the little weird extra aerials.
Well, the other cool thing I think that you see there is like you see how he like DI'd away from it and it wasn't really easy to get a direct follow-up, but then you just like played a sharking position. The advantage that you get off up air is like if they deal with it properly, like with DI, is like still very, very good and very stable. Like even that one after the up B, I think we went up a little too soon, but like you can see how controlled that position is.
Yeah.
Like all it is us just not jumping quite as early, and we totally get that back air.
Whoa, that jab hit backwards.
Oh, jabs are weird. In this game, jabs are weird. Nice. I think we're playing a little too close to the ledge when he grabs it. Once he grabs the edge, we want to back off usually. Because we don't want to deal with invincible fair.
Got you. Yeah, that's true.
Or we can block. It's a little riskier, but sometimes we don't have time to move away, so blocking is fine. Or CCing, but like we need a plan for dealing with their like invincible stuff if they touch the edge.
Right.
Your Falco looks way stronger. Like, I know you're dropping punishes, but like the neutral and the way that you're like using things is like very good. That was a fantastic low laser.
But yeah, that's something I had to practice specifically against Sheik. I was like lasering at nothing every time she dashed. I was like, I need to get my low lasers together.
Ooh, do you know how I practice those?
How?
I just have Marth or Sheik, because like crouch, and then I make them intangible.
Right, you talked to me about this last time. Yeah. I remember.
Super, super handy. I like that it's like, it just tells you if you did it right or not. Like, it hits them or it doesn't. Nice.
Should I find a different person, or?
Yeah, let's queue someone else. I feel like you've like when I've watched you play, you've generally looked fine versus Marth. So it's also like, I want to see you versus like something that's a little bit less, something that you're not traditionally like so comfortable against.
I think I'm the least I think my worst matchups, honestly, are for sure Falco, and then, oh, perfect. Or Falco's really hard for me to deal with as Falco. I don't know why, but
I think it makes sense, like, because like we didn't really understand like what the lasers do in terms of enabling offense. So I think that like that's a matchup where like, especially in the Ditto, like, you can, if you're not getting like those conversions off the lasers, you're not really capitalizing on the laser control, and I feel like that makes it like really hard to beat someone who is.
Yeah.
See, like, knowing that we can go in after that is like huge. No, we did it for the clip. It's fine.
Taken away too much.
Are you trying to like react to the laser hitting them to decide if you go in after it?
No, I think I just go into complete catastrophic shutdown every time I get hit by any laser whatsoever.
No, I mean, sorry, I mean when you hit the laser.
Oh. Yeah, I think I do that more against Fox, but like for some reason I don't like think to do that versus Falco, but that's something I should.
Well, what I was gonna say is with a lot of like laser into aerial offense, like, because it's not true and the laser only has 11 frames of stun in total, we don't actually have time to react to it hitting or not. We just kind of have to like, based on what the opponent was doing and what we saw, we have to make our best guess and then just act. So like, there's a bit of planning involved with lasers. I think that's why he's challenging to play, but like also why he's strong, because like he has concrete advantage in neutral when his like things go off, whereas a lot of other characters it's all implicit.
I see.
It's like, yeah, like that laser does something. That's why, like, which is, it does something and gives us a real amount of like advantage to work with. Whereas other characters are like, oh, I'm in this good dash range. I just did this like whiffed fair, like to control space, but like none of it hit you. So it's almost like there's kind of like a, how real is this like control? But with Falco, he's like, oh, very real.
I got lucky with the SD.
To be fair, you tossed away your first stock clipping him, so I think that he got lucky that you donated a stock at 0.
He disconnected.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the thinking about the a Ness.
Interesting. Grab Masher? Oh my god, is this Peach? This is Peach, I bet.
You know, yeah, you probably know every Ness player.
I don't know all of them. Like, again, we're not a monolith, but like there are. I know a lot of them. This is a little more technical than what I usually see from Peach, so it's probably someone else. The way he, oh wait, oh no, this was probably Stinko. Okay, it's one of two people, I think.
I admittedly have almost no experience in this matchup. Other than my like high school best friend is a Ness main, but other than that.
Okay. So, think about Ness. Let's actually like use this as an opportunity to think about stomp characters in general. Because that's really what Ness is at the end of the day. He's like a stomp character with some wacky jump mechanics and a really good fair. So with this combination,
sorry, what does stomp character mean? Does that mean like
Falcon,
Ganon or like a Falcon?
Ganon,
Okay,
Falcon, like Ness. Someone with a very powerful like aerial that they do above you that's like got a ton of like power. Someone with an aerial, like a stomping aerial that they use to get like key openings. As a main part of their game. So, yeah, like Ness, Falcon, Ganon, that kind of thing. They go above a lot. Yeah. Like, despite having a stomp, I would not consider Samus a stomp character, generally.
Right, okay. I see what you're saying.
So the thing about these guys is that they want to, like, move above... They usually want to, like, come in at angles. Yeah, they just want to come in at, like, good vertical angles. They often have, like, powerful side-to-side aerials that they use to try to, like, pin you first. Yeah. The way you beat them is, like, you usually meet them in the air. Like, you meet them in the air when they're doing their, like, slow aerials, and when they're doing their, like, their disjointed ones, you, like, outspace them or use your shield effectively.
Oh no! I SD'd like 3 times.
Yeah, let's fight him again. Let's give it one. Let's get one real game in.
I see. Stomp characters. It's a new term for me. Oh wow! I didn't know that. But didn't know about that.
Yep, he can chain grab to 30 if you DI to the side, and then he has like up throw up air stuff like Donkey Kong if you like go elsewhere.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'd also say that like high lasers when he's on the ground are good in general versus this kind of character for stopping them from getting into the air.
I see. It's kind of like a laser below platform against Sheik kind of thing.
Yep.
Oh!
He's got sauce.
I messed myself up with the wall jump.
Yep, that happens. I actually I beat a former PR Mart a former PR Marathon FD at Gommel by getting like a gimp like that. I think I almost like 3-stocked in that game. Wow. He won the set though, so I missed top 128 because of that. Like because I ran into him and we went game 5 like last stock last hit. Curse you, Chris. Yeah, so one thing we want to do is like remember, like you see how much he's air dodging you see how much he's air dodging when he's above you? We want to like be willing to like hit those as he's coming down.
I see.
And a lot of times jumping above them for edge guarding is good. Against double jump cancel characters or characters with like Peach, Yoshi, Ness, Mewtwo, it's good to like jump above them when you're doing air edge guards because remember they're slow coming up, right? So like you can kind of cut off their jumps. You can also use lasers for that too. See how he was like forced to like back off because the laser was there? Yeah.
Right.
Like he had to jump really low and then he didn't get much value out of his big jump.
I see.
Yep. He's kind of heavy though. Like he's kind of like Mario weight.
That's wild.
Yeah, he's heavier than Peach.
Oh my
I'm like
big
seeing.
brain.
Well, I'm seeing the combos you're doing, and I'm like, I think you think that he's a lot lighter than he is, because these are like the combos I would do versus like Jigglypuff and Pikachu. Like, he's
Right.
way heavier than that.
That's wild.
See, like, he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, gave it back to him.
So, a big thing I would say, being comfortable stalling the edge with both of your characters, like, and refreshing your invincibility, that is one big thing I would work on.
Okay. Oh, I did it there. but I mistimed it. Yeah, I should work on that.
Nice. Okay, let's hit pause here. We're just going to go over the key takeaways. So,
Cool.
the ones that I have so far are deciding how to identify and edgeguard high recoveries, which occur above the stage line, versus low recoveries, which would be below the stage line. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Then using ledge refreshes using ledge refreshes to when edge guarding, or playing the edge versus respawn. So like the opponent so basically using ledge refreshes, so like refreshing your intangibility.
Yeah.
When you're edge guarding, or playing off the edge versus someone's respawn.
Got you. Yeah. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Air dodging to the ground when coming down, versus when coming down from a juggle.
Right.
What's something that we kind of went over that you want to work on?
I think well, most of the stuff that we talked about were addressed in the first point with the edge guarding. But I definitely I guess we didn't get around to it, but I want to work more on like stage and like game plan for stages and matchups, but
so right now I think that because there's so many things right now, I think that how you're doing it makes a lot of sense, with it being kind of like with it being somewhat vibes based, because you're with your two characters, there's a lot of parts of your two characters that you haven't really like touched yet and explored. Like learning how to laser into like Ariel, I think is going to really change how you view Falco's speed and his ability to control the pace of matchups. Similarly, I think that as you get as you like survive more effectively with Samus by using things like the air dodge to the ground, your intangibility more effectively, I think that is also going to change a great deal about how you look at that character. So I don't think that we need necessarily a formal organizational pattern yet. If anything, I would say just play both of them versus everyone and see and as you are learning the characters, see which ones you like and don't like.
Okay, cool. That sounds good.
Yeah, because I just don't see why we'd limit ourselves yet.
Yeah. The other thing we did talk about was choosing, like, you were talking about how like the up tilt was too slow. So like opting to go for like a faster poke or something. I was in the middle of the game, so I didn't get the full gist of it, but you were saying like I was using a lot of up tilts, and then there were multiple times where you were talking about how F tilt would have been a better choice.
Yeah, so using faster moves in edge, in edge guards. Which is really more about and then I'm gonna like put a note next to that, which involves identifying how much time we have for an edge guard.
Gotcha.
And then, as a rule of thumb, defaulting to generally strong, efficient options like Samus F tilt, or Falco Bear, will be fine.
Yeah.
Will be a good starting point. And then the last thing I would say is, I think that capitalizing on lasers versus lasers on hit and missiles on shield.
Right.
To take greedier pressure or attack options. So like with e.g. Falco laser into dash short up nair. No, into immediate into short hop nair approach. Or Samus missile into I would even say grab. Missile grab is quite strong. Missile grab into grab, yeah. I think that these are good. I think a lot of the other things are pretty niche. The only other general skill that I would recommend working on is just using that diagram about the different coordinates, so that you can do your moves with more accuracy. Because there's no worse feeling than having the right move and then we up smash instead of up tilting. And then we don't get our combo. That sucks.
That's happens. I think that's what really starts a tilt snowball in my head, of just accumulating things that frustrate me, which cause my mental game to kind of crumble in the middle of the set or something.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna say practicing tilt attack, and ground attack precision. Ground attacks using the diagram, the coordinate map as a reference to increase accuracy. Because I think that because I see a lot of up smashes and I figured, okay, maybe these are stylistic choices, but more and more I'm beginning to suspect that that's just an execution error. Yeah.
There's a lot. I feel like especially when I'm a little more tense or nervous or something, the execution errors just add up a lot more. So.
Well, yeah, and you were nervous today, so I'm gonna chalk some of those up to me being here and you wanting to show off, but I'm also gonna chalk some of those up to maybe we have form that needs to be addressed. But I will leave you to figure out how much it is A or B. In the meantime, do you have any last questions before we depart, or do you think we're good here?
This is totally good. I appreciate it. This is gonna help a lot.
Wonderful. Take care, Jasper, and we'll figure out when we meet next.
Cool. Thanks so much.
All right. Peace.
Bye.